That is also the wrong thing. There we go. All right. You all set and ready to go?
Yep.
Alrighty. Aloha and welcome back, everybody. I'm Sammy Grayson, here with me, Arch-Officer of Doom and Red Nova.
So,
Hello.
And welcome back to Endwalker. We have made it to Garlemald.
yeah.
At long last.
And my goddamn
Yep.
control, can you stop falling off the couch?
A word of warning going into this VOD, for anyone not familiar with the story. We're about to get into some heavy shit with this stream.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Is
And
that
good,
any-
we just get the Garlemald, so it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
If at any
I
point
actually kind of started getting into it last time as is because I've been ahead, but yeah, it's not going to be a happy one. Let's just be real.
Not at all. If at any point you feel the need to click off, I understand.
Yes.
But to those of you who watched to the end, thank you. Now let's get to it. Level 82, tracks in the snow. What ho, chums? Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like a rather tall order. Since you ask, we're here to discover the Evelyn Rhyme for survivors. What? Wander around ice fields off the off chance you'll find someone? Take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search.
And already Alize being Alize was barely into the part.
I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him.
I mean, hey, telescope isn't the worst idea, actually. It's something.
True. Oh, and I should note, I am in the process of having my art updated. I have reached out to the artist. I am waiting to hear back.
Yeah, because you wouldn't decide to become Potato Man.
Yeah. And haboop. I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing? Or maybe it's a cow. Not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? Ah, no, just a wind sprite.
Don't give me hope.
Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see o'er yon hillock? There's no mistaking it. That's a girl. A survivor? Show me. Over there, behind that tree. Looks like she's running away from something. Though surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress. Rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. On it. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful. Thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. Unless we forget the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go, and Godspeed.
Alright.
Oh boy, time to stalk someone.
Of course the nearest current is to the southwest. God damn it.
Yep. Footprints in the snow. I should note, though, that this is the first map we've come across so far where, like, we can get all the stuff before we leave.
Cool.
A trail of fresh footprints lead east. These footprints appear to be the same as those you saw previously, and they lead towards the building. Trying to keep up with these stubby Lalafell legs. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been open in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. And again, it's also possible she ran right past this place. Do you mind searching up ahead?
I'm so glad they added jog.
I know, right? The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It'd be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention.
Yeah, I feel like she'd be in the state where she'd run the second she saw us.
Yep. Follow the girl from a safe distance. Oh boy, now for this part.
Yay, stealth.
The appearance of yellow turning indicators signify that she will detect you when turning around. Make use of cover such as rocks to approach her without being seen. Similarly, a circular area indicator signifies that you'll be detected for following too closely. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. So, fun fact, I believe this mechanic actually got updated as of Dawn Trail to be easier. I don't think we had the circle thing. Or a good number of these indicators, actually.
And I already fucked up.
Well. Thankfully, I'm small, so stealth is easier.
Okay, the yellow circle that is something that was around her, apparently. Okay.
Yep. That is the no-no circle.
Well, I meant like the yellow, you'll be spotted if they turn around circle.
Yep.
Stay away from the enemies that would aggro. That would be a bad idea.
Stay behind here. Behind this tree. Alrighty. I know it is safe.
Thank God for slopes working for line of sight.
Yep.
Even if she's had final sprite, I'm assuming she's just mad dashing the rest of the way.
Yep. There you are.
Alright.
Duty complete. Still in one piece. Hello.
Cat stealth.
Cat stealth. Potato stealth. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphino. This is my sister Alice and our good friend Harris. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all of this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Telophoroi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they destroy the entire world. They're the enemy. Our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Telophoroi's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with the introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name's Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question. Ever since that night, and the roar, the terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. Not sure, can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran, past friends, people I'd known all my life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. Saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No, this is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was. But now me and a few others are, borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. Just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you were... The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help. Can you? Of course. Whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. Better tell the others first, though. Wait here. This is everyone. Cindy says you can be trusted, but these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place, as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. To provide the spark with a little magic, Alice, eh? We'll have a fire burning in no time. Maybe build it under that gazebo. The what? Oh, you mean the bower. Yes, do as you will.
God, hearing the word gazebo in an RPG context is funny to me due to an old D&D thing.
Oh, I'm aware of that. Also, frickin' Hildebrand.
Also that.
God, that was so funny. Alright. How the mighty are fallen. Sorry, I was still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health. Which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Well, let's go talk to Mr. Healer, man.
Yep.
Our newly minted sage. Hey, look, a radio. I can treat the frostbite in the wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Manoline's tinctures. The ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Should make sure everyone gets one? Here you go. The numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies it will return with a vengeance. Warming tincture. Being gifts from the notoriously unreliable Manoline, it is highly doubtful this concoction will have the intended effect. If only there were willing, and more importantly unwitting, volunteers on whom to test it.
Wow.
Warming tincture? Never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Calling it that seems absurd after what's happened. It's nothing but ruins now. A few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification. The magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. The machina that remains operational cannot be run for lack of ceruleum. Of course, Cerulia Ingens is full of this stuff, for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All is well. Yes, never better. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poisoned by any chance? 'Twas a joke, a joke. If I laugh, 'tis that I may not weep, so said the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek ere they fall. We are the blessed damned, to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead, or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the disheveled remnants, the lavish finery caked in ash as they shoveled mindlessly toward the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. And for you? Tincture. May as well drink it, I suppose. Glug glug. This? It's a radio. You don't have them where you're from, I take it. Use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components crafted with the finest ore, sourced from Locus Amonis, it is. Bleh. Words. Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. People at the broadcasting station must have either fled, or ended up like all the others, as all we've been hearing is the same music being played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon, an ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amonis. May have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hoped to take back what was once ours. It's a solemn reminder that, though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varus yet lives. and that he speaks to us through our radios. It's a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chose to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return.
Oh, this poor guy.
Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily.
And of course, we know the guy responsible, and we know that is not the case.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so fun fact. One bit of Shadowbringer's side content we never did because it pertained to relic stuff is a sort of duty that actually led into a fight with, like, a dream version of Emperor Varus.
Yes.
Huh.
And there's an extreme version of that fight that, if you clear it, can net you some dyeable Shadowbringer's job gear.
Yep.
What's that? So this is what you gave the others? Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Go ahead. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Virgilia's troops headed toward the Magna Glacius a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? I believe it was. Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Virgilia and her men are all there now. So how did you reach the Magna Glacius? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Airships. There might be a way to... Licinia, where is everyone? Is something the matter? A voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps baby Almasties found its way into the house. Wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people, too. I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat a Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you have a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there, people whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food. And that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach that den, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? You only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. Best watch out for baby Almasties while we're away. Ah, yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoo them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. Yes, it's thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky, too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Alright. I believe there is actually an intercurrent or two on the way over there. Actually on top of the pipes, if I'm remembering correctly. Unless that's one of the ones they got rid of.
Yeah, compass is telling me 420 to the southwest, so... Yeah, still saying southwest.
Okay, guess they got rid of that one. Hello, Mr. Zoblin.
33 to the south, so maybe we'll pass this ridge here. Maybe 31 to the west.
Just back over this way.
It's inside the cave, isn't it?
Probably. Oh, no, there it is. It's next to the cave.
Ah. Guess it. Yeah, okay, there it is. That draw distance was not nice to me.
And stretch. Who goes there? How'd you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? The purebloods over at Victor Suppose hadn't given away our location. You never found us. Stuck-up assholes. Thought they could come waltzing in here demanding cerulean with nothing to offer in return. Looks like the boot's on the other foot. Now the capital's gone to shite. That they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game, sellsword. They think we'll give in to intimidation. They got another think coming.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay then. Your funeral.
Well.
Consider me intimidated. Anyway.
We literally just came to actually negotiate, good lord.
There you are. Hello, Alice. Just after you left, Lucinda asked me to go and catch up with you, in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I have a little experience in transporting barrels of cerulean. So this is Tapper's den. Well then, after you. Hello. Who are you? What happened to the guards?
Yeah, they were a little too aggro, sorry.
The Ozians and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald. Don't make any goddamn sense. When the hell would you pass up the chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean. You were brought here from other lands. Dirabanya, Yancha, Bosnia, Dalmatia, to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life, all put to work extracting cerulean. All given the esteemed title of An, placing us firmly at the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that escaped more or less unscathed is cerulean ingens. Still sustaining us even without our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up cerulean from the bottom of the lake, but how can you do that if it's frozen over? Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if cerulean is used for much these days, with the city in ruins. We take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps stave off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we got cerulean by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? If we managed to get back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us, thanks to the Empire. And the knowledge and skills we acquired working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. As long as there's the need for cerulean, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we knew it is gone for good. Gone for good. Bottom line, we're basically fucking stuck here. Regardless of what the Ilsabad contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, the whole way of life will have been turned upside down. All the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people? Their lives, their stories? Should they be forgotten too? I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum.
Yay, another coffer.
Yep. The end of the trail.
For context, for those watching, I have like 9 fucking coffers in my inventory.
Yeah. This game likes to give out gear coffers. You fucking madman.
Yep.
So, you come seeking ceruleum, have you? What? Purebloods up at Victor's Spoils sent you? Turn their enemies for help. They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Lucinia's got her little sister to think about. A sister? We only saw Lucinia and 3 men. It's possible she's died from whatever was ailing her. She needed treatment, and I doubt there'd be any way to get around here. I may have refused Lucinia at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider her a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Should have sent them our way, you hear?
Fair enough. Connections are a valuable resource.
Yep. Can't for the life of me think why Lucinia would keep her sister a secret from us, but we can ask about that after we've delivered the ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. And away we go. And away we go.
Oh, god damn it. Walk too close to those guys. Yeah, saw the compass say something to the west, so I assume it's near this building.
Hmm.
282 more yalms to the west, so a little further west. Okay.
Yes, it's a little further over this way. Probably up on that ridge right there.
More yalms to the west. To the northwest. Yep, alright. Yep, there it is.
Yep. Or did you go that way? Just noting we were coming at it from opposite sides.
Yeah.
Thought it was funny.
Oh, cool. That's already 2 out of 4 for the travel ones.
Whee! Where's the other one's at? Other side of the map. Got it.
Yep, that'll do it.
We'll be heading in that vague general direction soon enough.
Just driving through the snow in a car. I guess if any car would have good tires for that, it would be the Regalia.
It would be. I don't think of it. Were there any snow areas in 15? I don't remember.
There is one, but you're not in the Regalia during that part of the story.
Fair enough.
Because the snow surrounds like a fortress type place you're going through, and then you're leaving via a train, and then shit there. Yeah, because and
right,
also
Shiva.
it's and also the snowy area prompto ends up in his DLC story.
Right. Walking through the snow on a recreation of a spacefaring robot. This isn't right. It's too quiet. Would have thought Alphina would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. Kinda gone far. Are there any clues up here? Nope.
Aha.
How's it going, buddy? They asked me to help carry supplies. When I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you are. Waiting in the wings for us to show weakness. Then in you swoop. Here to help? What rot. All a ploy to make us lower our guard. Let you in, put ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, get your revenge. You're wrong. It's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later. We got bigger problems. Found empty medicine bottles and a bed that was still warm. It's true. Justinian was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now, there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I never give up my people. We're trying to help them, you idiot! Your sister's ill. The empty bottles prove it. So the medicine ran out, or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry. Or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. The beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. Invade our homeland, taint it with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen. Garleans should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep the purity intact, and be corrupted by your vile magics. You were waiting for a chance to free them, since the moment you arrived. This is getting us nowhere. Cannot say how Lucinia and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. First need to tend to my injuries. And theirs. We'll join you in the search after. Alright, be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start.
Yeah, should have honestly seen a development like that coming.
Yeah. Two sets of fresh footprints. Young women, judging by the sizes. It's definitely them. Come on. There we go. Yep. The trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this road so as not to leave footprints. Can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts. I can only imagine how hard it must be for her ailing sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alphina's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Split up and look for clues.
In a pretty big area.
Yep.
Let's go, Death Hand. Oh, there's Sparkles.
Empty bottle.
And of course I right-click you. God damn it.
Sorry. Empty bottle smells faintly of alcohol. Thin coating of dirt indicates it has been here for some time. It is unlikely to have any connection to Licinia or her sister. Definitely not over there.
Man, this session's really like you give me the regalia today.
I mean, it functions.
Yep. This is always funny when you have when you have the amount of mounts I do just on a free roulette, and it keeps picking the same one over and over.
Yep.
Oh no.
Fresh blood. Not a great sign. The blood staining the snow appears to be fresh. Judging by the amount, the victim may have been severely wounded. Trail of blood leads southeastwards. Well, shit.
Yep, not a good sign.
Nope. The two bodies are already cold. There's Alphino.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No. Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have... We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
There must have been something we could have done. But what? Should we never have come here? They'd still be alive if we hadn't. Now remember what I said at the top of the stream. This is not gonna be happy.
Nope.
A way forward. We've already caused enough harm here. Let's return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do now is make our report to Lucia and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come. God, that whole exchange really just punched them both right in the face.
One hell of a reminder that we are technically in enemy territory.
Yeah. Yes, I love being able to just barely see over the table. Now, they say in Alphino tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. Clearly, they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account? Oh, you're going to want to sit down for this one.
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his
trying to remember,
father,
was that like
Titus,
Gimlet
Varus's
Dark?
then political rival, took advantage of
That was
rumors that
the
Crown Prince
last
Xenos had been
Dungeon of
possessed by a
Stormblood,
demon.
the big battlefield, where we fought quote-unquote Xenos.
What better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth? Or a close enough approximation.
The fight that took you like 4 or 5 tries because it wasn't
Indeed.
suited for Scholar.
But before their accusations
It was
could
not.
be substantiated, many of
and the
Titus's
regular
followers
Dungeons
were
bosses
silenced.
were the twins that were essentially the Emperor's
While
personal
some were
guards.
merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
That sounds familiar.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
The Tower of Babel.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you.
And now, part 2.
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
What would your mother say if I let you 2 go by yourselves?
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
Yeah, man, clearly does not fully understand who we are.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
A couple of children in a sellsword. These couple of children in a sellsword have saved the world multiple times.
You don't know us very well, do he? Alright. You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred, in particular, will be word sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Hint, hint. Are you and the children ready? Explain the route once we're outside of your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. I want to think this is where a lot of people start to notice that, more so than usual, Alphino and Alice have been getting some, a lot of screen time.
Yep.
And they've always kind of, like, ever since Heavensward, they've kind of been the focus characters of the Scions.
True, but, like, they're especially prominent here. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. Head over that hill and follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alice and he's Alphino. And last but not least, there's Harris. Harris? Where have I heard that before? No matter. Alphino and Alice will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. Wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter, run, towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. If you choose to depart, Euless will accompany you. Alphino and Alice will then begin moving towards the destination. Make your way to Liminal Station 4 without falling behind. If you leave, blah 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 blah, ready to make a dash for the station? Yes.
That's an interesting way to do it.
Yep. They're making the most out of this new mechanic they thought up.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mr. Bear. Okay.
Gotta hope it's E-aggros.
I got it. Let's see. Okay. Wait for me! Bless you. Bless you. You know, I wasn't sure if we were going to get past, like, all of Garlemald today, but at this pace, we actually just might.
Possibly.
Potentially. This is it. The first stop, that is. Good. Looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No. We're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on.
Honestly fair.
North of the station is Regio Demorum, one of the main residential areas. Or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. The tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close. No wandering off. Understood? The last bastion. From here, we'll be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen. Aye, spare their own but slaughter the rest without hesitation. They will try to avoid detection. The chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you're to fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab the guy in the back, I will not take that chance. With that said, let us proceed.
Man, he really does not trust the twins, which granted, fair, but...
He doesn't trust any of us.
Yeah, but like, the fact that he specifically said only we can draw our weapons.
Yep.
Like, also the fact that he specifically put their names in quotes earlier.
Yep. Motherfucker. See why your comrades chose you. Ulysses, our contingent has a cure for the afflicted, or tempered as we call them. People would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They're beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. And more. Looks like we're not being followed. We will continue onward. Hey, managed without us this time. I meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before, only out of a desire to remain undiscovered, and that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway.
And Toggle's actually a very fitting mount for this map. I still need to beat the second DLC thing for 16 at some point.
I still need to beat 16, period. Just keep going, they'll de-aggro. There we go.
There we are.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to
We
find...
do need to go that way.
Yep.
Spike, where are you going? All right. Look at what they've become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Those exposed to a vast quantity of a primal's ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it, that you've seen these monstrosities for yourself. Perhaps you'll think twice before speaking of a cure.
Pain of seeing Aetheryte on map and not being able to reach it.
Give it about 5 minutes. Or 3. We're almost there. You kept your side of the agreement, so I will keep mine. This way. Oh no, wait, I think it's disabled.
It is.
Right. Okay, so yeah, it's there, but we can't do anything with it just yet.
Yep.
This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I'll be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. And boop. Plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, and if Ulysses was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. Blech. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Like Victor suppose, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. Well, you may be here as my guest. The others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander's in the locomotive. Over there. Trains. Oh boy, time to see the leader of this group.
Yep.
Oh right, can't get through there. Through here. Hello. Boop.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Vankina, Legatus of the First Legion. The First? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we
I feel like I should
survived.
recognize Quintus's VA.
In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
Not sure.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varus understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and
I figured he'd recognize us.
Painful shock.
Yep.
Stop. Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if he allowed himself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If he refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
I love how you can
You
just
are a
see
curious
the oh shit
A
face
far
on the guy
cry
who
from
brought
the
us
merciless
here.
barbarian others paint you to be.
It's like, I brought who here?
You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
And he also gives excuse for them to still do side stuff until you're ready to move on with the story.
Yep. You've not unlocked the side stuff yet.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, even other side stuff, one might have already unlocked.
Fair enough. Level 82, Persona non grata. As per Lord Quintus's instructions, I'm to supervise you during your time here in Tertium. Before you ask, no, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. If you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. Let's just splitting up and learning what we can of the situation. And above all else, don't use magic stuff of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alpha No and Alistair will pay the price. Alright, who's closest to us? This person. Hello. You came with Euless, didn't you? Whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off that aetherite. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Guardians for Guardians. Could teleport all over in the blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the aetherite's power to keep this place lit, but that comes at the cost of its normal function.
Okay, well, that's a fair explanation for that.
So they're pretty much just using it as a big old lamp. Agitech radio. This radio is the same model as the one used at Victor's spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Marcellinus. I know who you are. So-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? What that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear I'll... Damn, tore the sutures. For all the times, most of the lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the third bleeding, us would be the end of you. Vigilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape. Took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then... night fell. We gathered around the radio, and the roar. The terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call this a mercy. Mind intact, but body broken. Soldier in name alone. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could, murderer.
Okay, where's this last person? Because I already talked to that person you're about to talk to.
Alright. So cold. This young soldier's on the verge of losing consciousness.
Oh, there they are.
It's you, Harshelish. I served under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your adventurers, You killed them. My comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozens, as though they were nothing to you. Maybe I am too. Just another faceless enemy to be cut down. It won't be long until our countrymen return. Until you get what you deserve. Mark my words. Methinks they don't like us very much.
Yeah, not surprised.
How's it going, Alphino? Did you learn anything of note?
I enemy number one.
Then your findings are consistent with my own. The plight is desperate indeed. Sick and injured are our greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. Hold on. I realize there's precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Yeah, let's say. Trying her best not to bust out the magic. Hello. Who's there? My eyes, I can't see all that well. Thank you. The numbness has subsided a little. But I know it won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. Me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. So I can still serve them that way. Bork, bork.
I don't know why she's barking so much.
So those you met fare no better. I was afraid you'd say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies? Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Euless could persuade him. Though we'd need to persuade Euless first.
I think she saw like a neighbor's dog or something.
It's possible. Boop. Oh. Euless, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the others been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work, and we've a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greater concern, though. We had some ceruleum set aside, until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees, or one of the afflicted, for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We could have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. We can hold on a little longer. The situation is sure to change. Aye, everything will change. Those mysterious countrymen of yours, I assume? Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted. In the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Telepharoi. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, what stands in its place. We'd identified the seat of the enemy's power, we realized. But Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions, to prepare for a combined assault on the Telepharoi. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills, and we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we will bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. So, did he agree to it? No. He will not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You're a lot of more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly.
Yeah, Julius's reactions are just screaming, I was not ready for this today.
We will begin our search for ceruleum in Regio Urbanissima. First location is Forum Sullius, a park to the northwest of the station. And to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. And away we go.
And given what the Garlands were likely told about us, I guess he wasn't expecting us to be so ready to be helpful.
I think he was fully prepared to defend himself.
We will wear them down with kindness.
I mean, yeah, that's the plan.
It's also just Alphino's MO in general, let's be real.
Yeah.
I'll say a little less so, but she still tries.
Yeah. Yes, the park. Boop. So this is the park. Surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. Houses were later built around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the Empire, the great Solus Zoscalvus. Did we come to extract ceruleum from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we've already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the Machina in the vicinity. But as the ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. While I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time, in case something has been overlooked. I see. Then with your permission, we will commence the search.
I can't wait for it to fully click for them that the shock collars were really unnecessary here.
Yep.
Like, understandable precaution given their perspective, but, oh man, I cannot wait for that shoe to drop.
Yeah. Or Machina wreckage. Cursory inspection of the wrecked Magitech armor confirms that the fuel canisters have long since been drained of ceruleum, as Eula said.
Something up this slope. Up and something below the slope too for afterward. Cool. Yep. Ooh, ether current.
Yay.
Yeah, fair. Take care of the objective, then go grab it.
Map of Forum Sullius.
Alright, so I believe that's just one more I need to grab for the field ones.
Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Sullius. Pond, children's play areas. To your knowledge, however, none would require use of ceruleum. Other side of the map, got it.
Ah, yep. I had to see the distance myself.
Rather small by Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant stall. So it's built for children to play at shopkeeper. With the inside resembling Magitech or any other devices that would be fueled by ceruleum. Last one should actually be over by the pond.
It's over here.
Or over by the slide. Of which there's a sightseeing spot at the top.
I'm not seeing sight. Oh, I guess I just haven't gotten the log for here unlocked yet. Cause yeah, I don't have a sightseeing sparkle for that. Guess I'm just gonna talk to the right NPCs.
Yeah. The one you want to talk to, I believe, is back in Old Charlian, when you have a moment. The contraption is built in the style of Imperial War Machina, armed with a battery of weapons, and capable of transforming into different configurations. But on closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Ha boop. Hi, Pepper. Hi, Pepper. Oh, it's you. Any luck? Here. No sign of any cerulean. Holidays is surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. Couldn't help but notice you gazing at the pond. Something the matter? What? Yes. I mean, no, It's just to bring my brother and sister here to play. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over, so like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. Would have stayed there if I didn't drag them out. It'd be sopping wet when all was said and done. Every time. And every time when we get home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated. With a cerulean-powered heater, by chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath a hatch. That was a long time ago, when the water was still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. Can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. Machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. The water's still unbearably cold, though. Ulysses, what are your thoughts on magic? The average Garlean would jump out of their skin if they saw it. The first is a few foreign signiferae and medicae, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ a little now. Alphino, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? That's down a blast of fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. The tank isn't gonna fetch itself. There's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed cerulean from a frozen lake like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park. We have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane. So, fancy a dip? Step aside while I drink the pond dry. You know what? Screw it.
Yeah, I went for friendly competition.
That may be the stupidest. That may be the stupidest thing I've heard in a while. And that's saying something considering who my brother is. Can't fault your enthusiasm, though. Let's do it my way first, and if that doesn't work, perhaps then we can try your method. With Alphino's help.
I went for friendly competition, and she went for last one to find is rotten egg, although I assume we'll both smell like rotten eggs when we're done.
Yeah. Let's see. I believe it's right here. I'm up empty-handed. Chilled to the bone.
Yeah, I love how guessing the wrong one actually gives you a debuff.
Beneath the water, your fingers catch on what you think might be a handle. Ha, boop.
Yep, I may have expected every single sparkle, by the way.
You open the hatch and retrieve a cerulean tank. However, your grand discovery comes at great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and a rancid odor emanating from every ilm of your body. Eulis will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver him your prize.
I love the pauses the wind blows.
Yeah, hey, maybe a little bit too much information, Gabe. Just saying.
Like you found it. Also, it's cold as fuck.
It's like, yeah, I did it! Oh god!
Did you find anything? I hope you did. Let's see. Uncovering hidden treasure is an adventurer's bread and butter, but one is not normally required to go elbow deep in ice-cold, stagnant pond water to retrieve it. Nevertheless, many would choose that over mowing down hordes of slavering beasts or solving annoying puzzles. That's it! There's still some ceruleum left. The fire's still not ready. Hold on, I'll give Alphino a hand.
I gotta lie, sometimes forget Garleans can't actually use magic.
Nope. Call me an old Don, because by fire I am reborn. My clothes are mostly dry now, too. I appreciate you recovering the cerulean, but I wish you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you've been treated in Lord Quintus's eyes, you're still envoys deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Eulis, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Did you grow up in Garlemald? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contribution to the Empire, awarded an estate. I lived well, better than many. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. Everything you can imagine. So much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat, and sitting down for a hot meal. With family. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song, of happiness. And although summers came and went all too quickly, in the brief respite the ice would melt, and the forgotten grass making its triumphant return. Gray clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings we'd climb to the top of the tallest building we could find to watch the sunrise. Never again. His rooftops are rubble, his friends dead and those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had. Soon our chance will come. Just need to hold on a little longer.
Question.
What's up?
Are the level caps by the expansion you've actually bought?
I believe so, yes.
Well, that'll explain my XP bar now being red with the do not symbol.
Yeah, that'll do it. You do not yet have Dawn Trail, do you?
Nope. Let's kind of wait until we got closer to it.
Fair enough. So yeah, maybe once we beat base Endwalker, start kind of pushing that up the list a bit.
Yeah.
But until then, level 83, no good deed. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. Regio Urbanisma. As you can see, this place is littered with the remnants of various types of war machina. My comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units. Those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge, so I'd save those for another time. That time being now. Rather than prise them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you stand well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the Machina's cerulean gauge to see if there's any left. It should still provide an accurate reading, even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use the explosive or not. If you need more, come to me. We explode stuff up. Understood. Let's get to work. Alright. There's a couple right over here. Okay. Been broken. Tank is empty.
Do any of the ones with broken gauges have fuel?
I don't know.
Well, let's see.
So you're gonna have to try out the explosives to find out.
Yep.
God damn it. Well, that one was a bust.
Yep.
One of the ones with the broken gauge did, in fact, have a cerulean tank. It's basically going to be up to you to find out which one it is.
Well, so you can go back for more explosives, so...
Yep.
Yep.
Do any of them say they're full? I assume not that one. Alright. Any luck?
Oh, yay.
Alright. Boop. Still half full. Or half empty, depending on one's perspective. It's like, really? Is now the time for that? More explosives? Wait, is that what I think it is? Not only did this tank survive the attack that disabled the war machine in which it was installed, it also escaped the blast of your explosives unscathed. Medals for outstanding service were awarded to inanimate objects. This champion among cerulean tanks would surely deserve one. Done it again! Surely luck is on your side. This we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we head back. Wait here while I go and see how Alice and Alphino are faring. Hi, Red.
Yep.
Oh,
Here's Cass by doing the Aether Egg quest.
Gotcha.
Don't mind the job change either. Just taking advantage of experience and something else.
Okay.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we?
Hello.
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself.
That's done.
Just carry on as you are
Task
and
at
listen.
hand.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting
Also,
Magitech
another
collars,
reminder
it was
of
clear
the
what had
thing
taken place.
Basically sourced or quoted from anywhere else in this game.
As quietly as you can.
The field craft
Tell me
West
everything.
Levy. For a reminder, named Dudes of Our Lives.
The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
It does happen a lot, I would say.
With
It
luck,
does happen a
this will
lot.
be answered. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to
Yeah,
begin
honestly,
with.
back when
Eventually,
Julia
there'll be nothing
said
left
things
out
like
here
that,
for
I was
us
half
to
expecting
safely
to do
salvage.
a instance where we'd be sneaking as him.
For now, this
You know,
will have
besides
to
the one we
suffice.
did on the way here.
We should return to the station.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile. It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here, as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
While he's still following orders, it's clear we're starting to get to Euless.
Yep.
Get them out of here.
What you thinking, buddy? Alphino and Alice will be fine, providing they do not resist. You will accompany me back to your camp, where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there's something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to Legionaries Marcellinus and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the Eel for further details, in those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. Hello. You again. Ask the Eel, he said. So, that's to be the way of it, after all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. Those are my orders, then so be it. For the glory of Garlemald.
Like, that was obviously a code. I'm just wondering what exactly it means.
What do you want with me? Ask the Eel. So Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand. That he would recognize the savage as a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty.
Okay, that does not give me confidence.
Nope. Have you done as instructed? What do you mean by ask the Eel? I am not at liberty to divulge that. What I can say is this. You have no cause for concern if our demands are met. You and I are in this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There is one other matter. A place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. Ulysses lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on. Wait here? Yes.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us? I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
It's no use. Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But he wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do. It's so cold. Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision.
You're back.
And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, to see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear.
Oh, that was
Maybe
such a good
both,
scene
for good
between
measure.
those two.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Alize.
And then suddenly Estinian.
The scouts have secured Alize and Alfino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new
Yeah,
terms.
and that's what that thing
We
was
have
about.
information that will be of
Figures.
great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Welcome back.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
Damn.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
It did say up front this was not gonna be happy. Much and more has occurred since last we met. For determining what comes next, you must speak with Lord Quintus. So about that.
Yeah, about that indeed.
Level 83, strange bedfellows. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. They were preparing for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risked the welfare of the people they are sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, it would only incite panic. But perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Ulysses back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alphino, Alice, and the scouts sent to extricate them should already be at the station. We'll also have our other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood. And more... Ether quests have opened up, which we will get to later.
Yep. I already tapped it. Are we going through the rest of this hour, by the way? Just curious.
If we do, we could probably get to the next map. If everyone's okay with it.
I mean, how many more quests do we have in this map?
A few.
Yeah.
She'll have a dungeon and a solo duty.
Yeah, well, the reason I'm asking is I'm about to hit that solo duty, so if we're going to continue, I'd kind of like to know just to make sure before I start going, otherwise I'd back off.
Alright, Try, what do you think?
I'd rather save dungeon solo duty for next time.
Alright. In that case, let's finish off this quest then. God, it's gonna take fucking ever to get over there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, at least the good news is you'll be able to have a little additional help pretty soon.
Yep.
keep driving.
So far away.
Almost there.
Right
There
around the
they
corner.
are.
Hello.
I forgot Graha was part of the scouting party.
Yep. Because he knows Vanish. Harris and Euless. We arrived just before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What's happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties. Then, when he was alone, he...
Yep.
No, he wouldn't. Thancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We are ready to commence the transfer of the refugees here to Camp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us just want to live. Songs and standards be damned, we just want to live. We'll need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If anyone would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see that they reach our camp safely.
Yeah, Euless going through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you're just a soldier who are following who you think to trust, then this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot to process.
Yeah. Change happening they did not see coming. Yeah, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
And some take it in way better than others do.
It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? To think we could reclaim it, rebuild it all ourselves. Before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. There's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me. Take me with you, please. We do now? Yes, we can.
Yep, you can now too.
Sweet. Hello. Well, got the Aetheryte sorted in the end. It took with a few adjustments, and now it works as well as it ever did. When I can tell, the one Laterum is also functioning as normal. That's where you lot are staying, isn't it? So most of us are packing up and leaving this place. I reckon there'll be more use for me and my seals over at your camp.
What does this Stydian have to say about all this?
Oh my god, I didn't even see him there. It's you. Once who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you're not from around here. I thought you were one of us. Not that it makes much difference now. Your bloods, migrants, savages. After a while, the words start to lose meaning, till all you're left with is anger and fear and hate, and I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'd be glad to accept. We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass, what we'd hoped to talk about with Quintus. But all of that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Quite a few, in fact. Thank the 12. Thank the 12. You and I should go first and secure the route back to Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures in the Tempest skulking about, I expect we'll have our hands full. This should come in handy. Conqueror's Chain, courtesy of our Leminson friends. I'd save it for the Tempest, though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on your map. Once you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp.
Alright, 4 spots.
Yep. All of them to the south of us. Honestly, I may as well grab this. Yeah, I may as well grab this while we're here. Have you seen my son?
And that's all the way to the northwest, so...
You know, the opposite direction of where the main quest is.
Yep.
Yep.
Hello. Tough motherfucker.
And now it's dead.
Dang. On this side of the train. So, what you thinking? About what we've gone through today?
Yeah, like, I knew Garlemald would not be sunshine and rainbows, but yeah, damn.
There's a Canther nearby.
Yeah.
I'm not too surprised though about how his particular story ended, given how much pride was part of his character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm assuming this isn't key items.
Yep.
Oh, you. What?
Well, it might be because we're together on this. Yeah, I already
Well,
used the
the
key
mark
item.
reappeared.
Oh.
The mark. Yeah, I have to do it again myself. Apparently, fun.
Phew.
That was a weird little quirk.
Yep.
Boop.
Turn my camera, I just see him just mume on by. It's kind of funny.
Up in just a general survey spot this time, yay.
Yay. You see no threats on the path ahead. This one is down this way.
Yep.
You have fun with that, buddy.
Yep, this one's a battle, though.
Yep. All right.
You're already pretty much right there, no need to teleport.
Yep.
That's what you think is waiting outside the camp.
Yep. Hello. Ah, there you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The tempest proved somewhat troublesome, but those chains should keep them under control, and our allies are taking them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to gather a few supplies and then return to the station. While I see to that, would you mind apprising Lucia of our progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting forays, but I'll save that for later. First things first and all that.
You are ether current.
Ether current.
I can take care of that later.
Turn this in and then end stream.
Yep.
Harris was informed of Quintus's suicide. Must have come as a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some were receptive to our proposal, but I would hear your first-hand account. You have been informed correctly. So many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate this situation has become. Do our best to make them feel welcome. Troops who participated in the ambush are no exception. Will be afforded the same treatment as any other refugees, perfidy notwithstanding. For all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, there's no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies that these soldiers were acting under direct orders of their legatus, and that following his suicide, they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that had he lived, he would be tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability. Or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Who can say? I didn't know the man or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him, and it falls to us to clean up the mess.
It's a sad thing that all those reasons, there's probably a little bit of truth to all that as to why Quintus did what he did. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because he was definitely a part of a true believer aspect, and his central pride definitely was his downfall.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's a good thing we're stopping here.
Yeah.
Because the next one is the solo duty.
Yes, it is. And there's some shit to do in there.
Yeah, this one's kind of infamous.
Yes, it is.
I also just know from past sessions that usually if there's both a duty and a dungeon, that's best to be saved for its own session.
Yeah, fair.
Well, better to do so just because of time commit.
Also that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So, thank you to everyone.
Meanwhile, Lucia's about to open up this idea to open up her own chain of bobbleheads. Because he sees me jumping up and down, just bobbling her head up and down.
I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. I'm probably gonna be back in about an hour for another impromptu session of 100 line. Till then, we'll see you guys next time for In From the Cold.
Hey.
Ha. Boop.